What's going on, y'all? It's Jay Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video, man. Bringing you guys today a recap for Smack Volume 11. Just went down yesterday. And listen, only 4 battles to talk about. Ace Amin versus Un P was postponed. I believe, what did Un say? It's going to happen like a couple weeks or something. This battle's already been delayed over a year. So fuck it. I guess they're going to throw 14 days on that. But that would have been the opener. Didn't end up going down, so you just get a 4-battle card. And listen, if you've seen any news on this card, or if you haven't, some things didn't go that well on the rapping side. Just some things didn't go well. In terms of the event itself, a couple things. We're going to talk about the crowd all throughout. Pretty dead crowd, and that's for a volume, which is a crazy thing to think about. It's a small room, but even then, we'll talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But the crowd wasn't too receptive throughout the whole night. And then the stream went by pretty good. Crispy, I thought. So in terms of the first stream, like how the stream went in the app, you can watch it pretty clear for the most part. But that's pretty much that. And like the extracurriculars, like I said, 4 battles to talk about. A lot more bad than good. Let's start from the bottom of the card. So first battle to talk about is Charlie Clips versus Chef Trez. And I'll say that the opener, it was cool. You know what I mean? It's not good enough for me to praise it as anything special, even a battle of the night, or it might not have even been a battle of the night in this card, to keep it real with y'all. So it's not anything like that, but it's not downright awful. First round starts on Trez, and I'll tell you what, this whole performance is really one of the weaker Trez's that you're going to see in an era where he's at his prime, been saying it, great performance after great performance. But this one was a little lighter, especially the first round. And listen, it's just back-to-back punching. It's not like he's changed the style or done anything egregiously bad, but just bar quality-wise, one of his weaker rounds. A lot of clips, flips, some were good, you know what I'm saying? But hard to do them creatively, in my opinion. It's such a basic name flip. There's been a lot done. So had some clips, flips in the first, nothing too crazy. And then Clips has a pretty good first round. Scheme-heavy first round, scheming about food and chef stuff, but was landing the plane for the most part, and opposed to a not-so-crazy Trez round, Clips' first was pretty good, so Clips was up 1-0 clear, but he's done this before. He did it in his first versus Danny Myers in the rematch. He did it versus A-Ward. Some people have him doing it versus C3, where he's got a good first. Is he going to try today? We get to the second round? No, he's not. So you get Chef Trez in the second. His second's pretty good. It's his best round of the battle. Back-to-back, no love from the crowd. Very early on, we saw that the crowd just wasn't going to be that receptive. I thought Chef Trez's second should have been breaking the room a little bit. Like, I thought that was a great round, and really no love, but that doesn't change the fact that it was a pretty good to great round. Great might be high, but very good, let's say. And then Clips goes to the second, and he schemes again, but he did a media scheme. He just did a media scheme versus C3. Like, you're using, like, Vada Fly, SP, Black. I don't know. He's just using the same wordplay a couple times. And some people are saying, oh, it's like a tiny bit different. No, dog. He did not another blogger scheme. So, thought that was He starts freestyling around in the second. I mean, he kind of just handed the second to Trez. For the first half of the second, I thought Clips was okay enough. He was going to entertain his way to a close round, but pretty much throws the round away at the second. And then Chef Trez's third is beatable. Like I said, not the craziest Trez performance. I'm not going to kill him, but this is definitely like a very beatable performance. But you know who didn't beat it? Charlie Clips, because his third round is a whole Mr. Chuckles episode. We know that it was Charlie Clips for about a round and a half, and then Mr. Chuckles arrived. And that's when you get the freestyling here. Let me talk to Rock. Let me tell the cameraman to pan the camera to Rock, and after every bar, and it's ridiculous. He threw away the third, and he just handed the battle to Chef Trez 2-1. Not a good joint, though. I can't praise Trez too much. He did win the battle, as he was expected to win the battle, but I felt like it was more about what Clips did rather than Trez snatching it. And Trez was freestyling at the top of his third and did what you don't do. You go into the freestyle trap with Charlie, where y'all both like casually, jokingly freestyle, and now y'all both are contributing to bad product. Don't fall for the trap. Don't you battle Charlie Clips. But Chef Trez 2-1 second and third. Very light opener. You know what I'm saying? Now we get into Chess versus Miss Hustle. Now going into the card, this was looked at by many as the best battle on paper going in. It could be the most competitive, at least has the highest potential. And I do agree that it had the highest potential in terms of two explosive performers in that volume that could really get it going. But there was a key element to this battle that had me, even though I had a winner 2-1, I was a little worried it could be lopsided. And why is that? It's Chess versus a top tier. And that's why the result that we got in this battle, I'm not like overly surprised with. Miss Hustle was elite and won this battle from beginning to end. And you start out in the first round, her first round, punch heavy, and it took her a little, when I say a little bit, very small amount of time to cook up. It was a little bit of a slow start, but the second she hit that, I guess I'm the creative player. I put 2 9s on everything. She never looked back. She never looked back by any means. Punches lights out for all the first. By the end of her first, this was like an elite hustle round. And then Chess goes and 2 to 3 bars in, stumble, throw up. I'm not going to have this whole discussion. People are going to say, oh, it's his health. Some people are saying it's nerves, which happens in every possible environment. I definitely think nerves has a part to play. Whatever it is, though, he can't win first rounds where this happens. Whether it is his fault, out of his control, whatever it is, he cannot, he's not going to win these rounds because he looks crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's throwing up. It's taking minutes for him to get back to the battle. And once he does, his energy is deflated for that first round. He's up and down. He's saying, my fault to the crowd. So he lost the first, right? But Chess is clean in the second and the third in this battle. A little stumbly-ish, but clean for the next 2 rounds. But Hustle was just better, bro. Like, his second, people are saying, it's fire, it's crazy. I thought it was a pretty solid round. It was a pretty good round, you know? But Hustle's second was elite. You can't get past this 4-5. It's like dwarfism. You know who's the last one to set the tone? The Mortician. She was saying some shit. A little bit of OBC in that second, which he has from performance to performance. But same with Chess. He had the optimist bar. He had a power scheme. And listen, it's good stuff. But I saw a little bit like, oh, Hustle, I've heard this. Like trying to make the round debatable. Dog, Chess be on the same shit. Chess uses a lot of bars that are kind of in that OBC category. So 2-0 clear, and then you get to the third round, and it seems like Chess's energy was gone. He kind of got it back in the second, but once again, her third, very direct as a whole. Chess, your inconsistencies over the years, and then still, what is it? How you gonna say you cut from a different cloth when you can't remember your material? She had some different shit, yo. This was one of my favorite hustles personally that I've watched on First Watch. Material-wise, I just thought the peak haymaker she had was great while being consistent in the battle. And listen, if you're not calling it a body, I feel like it's like right there from being a body. Hustle 3-0, very clear. The clear performance of the night as well. I mean, Hustle is Volume 11 was about Miss Hustle. There's no other way to put it. She had the performance that gives this card really the life that it has, if any. And another 3-0 loss in the books for Chess. I'm not going to sit here and do, this has happened. This happens a lot versus top tiers. This is just who the guy is and who he's been for the better half of a decade. And the result of this battle fills into that. So, Miss Hustle, you did absolutely fantastic. And then you get the last 2 battles of the night. First one, Rock and Serius, which was really the main event, although it didn't go last. I thought it was cool for what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a 6 7 out of 10 battle. I thought Rock was going to win pretty clear, but Jones was going to have some slept-on, pennish, cool material, and I think that's exactly what happened. You know, and if you look at the first round of the battle, some people are saying this is Serius' best first round, or his best round. I thought it was his worst. Not that it was even, I didn't even think Serius, overly stunk up the place, but his delivery is just so choppy. And there'll be a couple cool bars, a couple pause-worthy bars, a couple outdated bars, and he had this whole slingshot concept. I think it was in the second, which was fire. It's about Rock holding Rock back. You know what I'm saying? Why hold Rock back like a slingshot? I thought that shit was crazy, but Rock really beat him by wrapping circles around him, which is crazy because Jones, in terms of just pure rapping, that's what he does best. He did it pretty good this battle, even though the content wasn't exactly there. But Rock was rapping. He was in a pocket from the go. So I had him clearly winning the first. Thought it was Rock's best round of the battle. The second, after Jones raps, they have an almost fight thingy. I'm not going to go too much into that. Jones touched him a little bit. Rock went over, don't touch me, I'll knock you the fuck out, this and that. I mean, we know how the Rock scuffles go down. So a little bit of nothing. But Rock goes. Energy from that battle was a little bit changed going forward after that, but nothing too crazy. I thought Rock pretty clearly won the second. I thought Jones' second was actually pretty cool, but I thought Rock just outpaced him. Still clearly had him winning that round. I think the third is actually debatable. I think a big reason it's Rock's worst round. He kind of drops off. He's rapping in the pockets, but he's kind of flying through his material quick. Not to say nothing's landing, but when you're rapping through your material that quick, it just changes how it is received. I thought Jones' third was his best round. I actually thought he rode uphill. So I think you could debate the third. I still personally edge Rock. I thought Jones had problems hitting those peaks, getting those haymakers or lines that really sit with you, that you can walk away with and say, oh, this is the type of line that you put up on the board to win you around. Just didn't feel like it went that way for Jones. So I had Rock Gentleman's 30, and the third being debatable. It could be Rock 2-1, but thought it was a pretty clear battle. 70-80% Tay-Rock performance, about what you expected from Jones. That's that. And if we're going to talk about, what happened with chess, there's somebody else in this card, very talented that we all love and has been doing very good recently, but got to talk about New Jersey Twork's performance here. Also, Chad Ochocinco rapped. Him and DNA. He had a freestyle battle versus DNA and Clips kind of on the spot. I saw some of y'all, upset about it. What the fuck are we doing, man? This shit, it was for fun. You know what I'm saying? Chad had a couple bars. DNA kind of killed it. Clips was starting good, and then the freestyling got a little bit weird. A little publicity stunt, man. You know what I'm saying? Chat Ochocinco showed some love. You never know if that could be a sponsor. If anything, it's just cool for someone to show up and show some love for a couple minutes, especially with a missing battle. It's just not that big of a fucking deal. If you don't like it, move on in life. You know what I'm saying? It's not building anything or burning anything, right? So that was the little Ochocinco part. But then TTop versus Twork was the last. They actually went last. And listen, Twork had a choking episode, and for the first time in URL in about 2 years. So I'm not going to say, he's back to his inconsistencies, any of that. But if we got to look at this battle, kind of threw this one away. You look at the first round, he's stumbling out the gate. And he had stumbled in his third versus Mookie. He had a lot of stumbles. I think it's his second or first versus Chef Trez. Had a ton of stumbles in that battle too, but never actually flat out chokes. But he chokes in the first after a couple, barely getting through a couple bars. Cannot get it back. What was it? Big K. I got a Big K, and it sounded like Big K, a firecracker, and he never got it back after that. Repeated it. So pretty much forfeits the first. TTop was cool this battle. I'm not going to say a lot about TTop in general because he wasn't bad enough to critique, and he wasn't good enough that he did anything too crazy. Kind of reminds you of Clips and Trez a little bit, or I would say with that battle. So TTop, back-to-back punching, pretty cool. He was a little slept on as well. You know what I'm saying? Him, Trez, I thought those were a couple guys that really felt like, damn, it's a silent room in here. But TTop was up 1-0 off of cleanliness alone. You get to the second round. Get this. Twork lost the second. He just stumbled too much through the second. It's not a clear round. Clear in terms of how he delivered it. I just can't, even though there wasn't a full-on choke, I can't argue the second at all for him. But while he lost the second, due to cleanliness again, you could debate that Twork's second is maybe the most entertaining part of the battle. The material he was getting at was great. Frustrating it is, it's not like he just choked early on, it is what it is. He's getting this broken up version of his material out, and some of this shit is really, really good. Material-wise, I'd be lying if I said if it was clean, it wouldn't have won the round, but it wasn't clean, so it didn't win the round. And T-Top probably had a little around the same as good as his first, but his second was cool. He had oh my God, I forgot the rebuttal that he had, but he had a good rebuttal that was slept on at the top of his second, but it was very good. But from there, material, back-to-back punching. This battle had it was going to be friendly coming in, some people said. It definitely felt like that. Twork didn't take it all that serious. A lot of laughing and handshaking back and forth. T-Top, you know what I'm saying, even was laughing here and there at times. T-Top was up 2-0. You get to the third, stumble choke mania again. T-Top wins the battle. Actually, when Twork stopped rapping, Smack thought the battle was over. That's how out of it he was, how out of it everyone was. The energy was just all weird. T-Top goes and raps the third. T-Top won the battle, man. 3-0, you know what I'm saying, clear. I don't think he did anything too over the top. He didn't do anything over the top special. He was cool, and if Twork was clean, he probably gets a light little win here, but he wasn't. Gives one up. Hasn't done that in a minute, so I'm not going to kill him, but did it once again here, and T-Top ends up with the clear W over Twork in the last battle of the night. And that's the recap for all the battles there, man. So, as you can tell, it's not a lot of craziness that went down. Clips versus Trez is a cool, if not just flat-out disappointing battle. Chef Trez wins 2 and 3. Chess dies, right? Miss Hustle actually has the performance of the night and great. The one standout of the card. Rock is the second best performance of the night with a cool performance versus Serius. Nothing too crazy. Wins that battle with a round debatable. And then Twork chokes and T-Top wins because somebody has to win. Not a great volume, man. Not a great volume. Some people are saying the worst ever. I definitely think it is in that conversation. I think you got to look at volumes like Volume 6, which was more setting-based, why people hated it, but still some good battles on the card. Volume 10 last year, at least you got Suge and Verb, you know what I'm saying? So Flamer Foot just got a YouTube drop, pretty good battle. You didn't get that here. I would say there's not even a battle of the night. There's a couple 3-0s, but even the ones that are bodies outside of what I'd consider maybe Hustle and Chess, maybe, on that border, it's hard to even call Twork and T-Top a body because T-Top didn't snatch the momentum to go and make a highlight out of it. It's just, it feels like someone got 30'd, but no one did anything impressive to make it a dramatic body or anything like that. Other two battles are the other two battles. Clips and Trez wasn't that good. And Rock handled business very serious. I got nothing bad to say about Rock, but once again, there's no outside of hustle, nobody snatched the moment here. And the volume is like a prestigious series, man. We're on 11 of them. And I'll say it again and again. Like, volume 1 through 5 was so good. The first 5 volumes. And then there was the change because of the caffeine rooms, this and that. But this card has no Fonz on this card. Fon's been amazing. He's going to be amazing. He's a puncher, small room volume. This is what he's built for. Hasn't been on one yet. Real sick. Would be incredible in this card. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't put it on the booking. This is about how the rappers didn't rap this day, but I feel like the volume series is too good to just keep getting like fucked off. It's just like thing over here. We can throw a couple random battles on. Listen, they promo the event very well. I think on the like in terms of what URL could have done for the card is what it is, but maybe you need to put some guys that have been consistently a little bit more fire up there, you know, because then you don't end up with this chess situation. You know what I'm saying? You don't end up with P and Ace, which is like a cool battle, whatever, but does it deserve volume over some guys that have really been kicking it up? Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's talent out there, like I said, like a Fonz, like a Real Sick, even if you want to fucking throw Eunice in the volume. Red and Chilla was out there. That could have opened up the card, man. These are guys that are considered the kings of this shit, of the volume cards. Like, it's very frustrating to see an event that is so great just end up not good again. An event series that's so great and so respected by us end up not good again because of just... like, I don't know how else to say it. It just wasn't a good card. I feel like there's some unfortunate luck there for URL, but you got to book your top guys and the guys that have been great in spots like this. And this is just what you end up getting with this particular card, man. So disappointed, but is what it is. We'll see what's going on with the next event. Not the best way to start with the first stream on the app and things of that nature, but on other cards, you're going to hope that other rappers just rap better for the most part. So, but as you can tell, I'm a little disappointed, but there's not enough to really drop a bomb on it, but it's almost like disinteresting, this card was to a certain extent. But that's my thoughts on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Once again, if I gotta shout out anyone, Miss Hustle, Twork, y'all did your thing, and there's not much I could say about that at the end of the day. But it's been J Smo Reviews, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how'd you feel about the volume, performances. Is it the worst volume? Just your general thoughts. I'll talk with y'all in the comment section down below. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Peace.